In 1 John chapter 3, verse 8, we see the reason the Son of God was made manifest was to undo, to destroy, to loosen and dissolve the works of the devil. So we see that even as Jesus walked on this planet and he dissolved and destroyed and unraveled the works of the enemy in people's lives, he cast out devils, he healed the sick, he transformed lives just by his very presence in this world. And just as that was a reality in the past, his presence is exactly the same today. For instance, it is his presence in us that unravels the work of the enemy in our own lives. It dissolves the work of the enemy in our own lives. For instance, it is the presence of the Lord that will unravel the things wrought in a man's mind, unravel and dissolve the things wrought in a man's body, and unravel and literally dissolve and destroy the works of the enemy inside of a man's heart. It is the presence of the Lord alone that can destroy, dissolve, unravel these things. Just like it was then, so it is now. And in the same way, in 1 John chapter 3, we see that when he appears, when he is made manifested, we shall become like him, for we shall see him as he is. Now, just as that is a coming reality, he will split the sky, he will return, and when we lay our physical eyes upon him, we will become like him, for we will see him as he is. And that is a future promise, future fact, future reality. But that same principle is manifested right now. Even as Jesus walked on the earth was a fact, his presence today is releasing and performing the same work in us. So it is with the future. As we see him, we will become like him in the future, but even now, his presence made manifest before us, and we begin to look at him and behold him, we become like him. So though these are both a past and a future reality, he came and dissolved the works of the enemy, and he's coming and will make us like him. That past reality and that future reality are an actual current reality. That past reality and that future reality are a current reality as well. The past presence of the Lord working among men and the future presence of the Lord making men like him are specifically revealed in us even today. We can see their evidence even today. As his presence is with us, he makes us like him. And as his presence is with us, he dissolves all the works of the enemy in our own lives. So let me encourage you for both of these things, not just to remember that he came, but to remember that he is with you. Not just to remember that he dissolved the works of the enemy and destroyed the works of the enemy in the past, but that he does the same right here in your own life. Right now, if you have things working in your body and in your mind and in your own heart, just receive the presence of the Lord, and he will unravel these things. His very own person and presence will unravel, destroy, and dissolve the works of the enemy in your life. And just like he is coming, and we look to that day, it is our hope, it is our fixation. We look for it, we long for it, we salivate for the day Jesus Christ will return. The Spirit and the bride say, come. We long for the return of the Lord, because when he returns and is made manifest, that manifested presence seen by us will transform us into the same image. And just as that is a future reality, so his manifest presence today is working the same work. We become like him by beholding him. The more we behold him, the more we become like him. The principles of the past presence and the future presence are applicable in the present presence. Lord, I thank you for your presence. And I ask you that you would dissolve, that you would unravel and destroy the works of the enemy in our lives by your sweet presence. And Lord, I ask you to open up our eyes to see you, not just in the day ahead, though we long for it and crave it. May we experience you in your manifest presence even here and become like you, transformed continually into your image. We bless your name. God bless you. If you're interested in hosting a School of His Presence in your area, my contact details will be in the description box below, where we can correspond and speak about how we can get a School of His Presence in your location. We're finding that in each location they're looking different, and that's all fine with us, because our hearts are to specifically minister to God's people, teaching them how to live a life in and from the sweet, empowering presence of Jesus. Daily life in His presence. So if you're longing for something like this in your area, you can contact us and we can speak specifically about how we can make that happen.